Ahoy there, you mangy, rum-lapping, flea-scratching rovers. We found your tabletop spirit animal, and it's Salty Dogs by Berserker.
Aye, this is a quickie that throws you straight into a dogfight with your rival captains. So pour yourself a bowl of rum, and let's just see who's a good boy.
Separate all crew cards from the main deck and shuffle them. Deal 5 to each player, and place them in the crew slots on your ship.
They call it the poop deck.
Aye, 'tis called the poop deck. Most crew have no special abilities, but there's a few coming soon that do. Place these cards face up in each crew slot, and shuffle the rest into the main deck.
Really mix them in so they don't group together. Deal each player a 5-card starting hand and pick a player 1.
Start your turn by drawing a card. Go through your hand and pick 1 card to play.
Play an action, or attack card, by following its text, then discard. If the card targets another player,
which most do,
then that player can play an appropriate defense card out of turn to cancel the effect.
There's also a stowaway card that can hog a slot, so it can't be refilled. I knew we should have checked IDs.
Play an illness card on another player's crew. Just lay it on top of the furthest left available character. If that player already has an illness, skip them and move on to the next one.
Once one of your crew has an illness, have no fear. Play a cure card of a matching type to remove it, then discard both cards. That's better. And to play a new character, just drop it in one of your available slots.
Your goal is to work your way up to the captain and eliminate he, she, or it. So removing crew, blocking slots with stowaways, and spreading illnesses reduces the crew for the final confrontation, since you must take on El Capitan last. However, first mate is immune to mutiny, and the captain is immune to mutiny and illnesses.
When a player is eliminated, via captain removal, discard all the player's cards and the game continues.
Keep taking turns in this way around the table until only one pirate remains. There be your winner, the top dog, the big bow wow.
We get it. This game is fast and furious, and there isn't much to learn in the way of rules, since this is just the base game. But it's expected to get expansions almost immediately, so you're likely to see more tricks and more treacheries in the near future.
We struggled with the rules a bit at first, since it's still being developed, but there's already updates to the rulebook to explain things better. Here's a few things we noticed.
It's a game of locks and keys, so many of the cards are less than versatile, and only are effective against one other specific card, meaning that if that card fails to come along, you're stuck with the original card in your hand for a very long time.
In fact, you'll often find yourself well-stocked in cards that do you no good. But you never know what you'll need in the future, so that's not so bad.
Though you may find yourself in situations where the cards in your hand are unusable, so you can easily end up locked into a pattern of
Pass. Your turn.
pass, your turn,
Your turn.
etc., etc. Maybe in the future you'll be able to trade useless cards for draws, a la Flux.
Another thing to mention, which is more of a suggestion, try to have 3 to 4 players for this one. It just didn't have the same pow with 2 players. You need unpredictability, underhanded dealing, nefarious alliances, and for that, you need a third wheel.
Now, if you've noticed that the artwork looks the biz, that's because it's Mr. Simon Bisley himself pushing the pencil. Bisley is comic book royalty, with many decades under his belt.
And it looks like he'll be drawing the expansions as well. Well, at least number 2.
And the playmat may not be neoprene, but it's a fine, colorful cloth play area that's reminiscent of the 60s underground comic scene. Groovy.
Well, there it is. It's a quick pub game what fits in a box for maximum portability and a colorful canine theme. Check out the Kickstarter at the link below and see about throwing them a bone.
And with that, we'll thank you kindly for stopping in for this Pirates Parley. Visit our Patreon for a look behind the scenes of our rowdy wee pirate circus, and consider helping us out. Squirrel!
Because clearly, we need all the help we can get.
Be sure to stop in again soon for more insight and witty banter. But until next time...
So this is like a dog's playing poker joke.
What? No, there are other animals too.
Right, so why is it salty dogs?
It's anthropomorphic. They just picked a mascot.
Why isn't the brig called the doghouse?
Because it's called the brig.
Or the kennel, or the pound?
Oh, shove a carrot, Bucktooth.
Eat a worm, big bird.